Hello everybody, Dylan here. We are talking about the Teen Troon Squad mystery today. Now there's a lot of shady stuff going on with this drama, and it is a new thing. It is very current and ongoing. So there are some things that I'm gonna have to say I don't know. I don't know who this person is. I don't know what's going on. So if you were here to get straight answers, there is none. Some of these things are just mysteries. We're going to talk about the mysteries, and we're going to try to solve some of them today. So hopefully you guys have got your Scooby-Doo and the Gang shirts on, because we are going to be trying to solve this mystery. So let me start with the meetup. Now, Chris ended up meeting these two people at their house, and Chris, God, I don't know why Chris is hanging out with teenagers, but terrible idea. Now, earlier I had a mistake that the one with the red hair wasn't Lucas. That one is Lucas. So the one that looks like Leafy is here and is holding their hand up to their face to hide their chin, that is Lucas. And the one behind Chris, that might be Devil. I can't prove this is Devil, but we have 100% proof that Lucas is the lesbian with the red hair. So we know who 1 out of 2 of these people are, at least. But Chris ended up meeting these two because they bought a shit ton of art off of him. They gave him $1,000, and supposedly, let me pull up the proof right here, from Devil himself. FYI, me and Lucas both purchased 32 porn drawings from Chris for the $1,000. And I already saw you guys in the chat earlier. You said you wouldn't buy that from Chris to get into Christery. No one would want to pay $1,000, so good for you guys. You have some taste. I was the one who thought of the idea, and Lucas was the one to DM Chris about it. So that means that the one right next to Chris is the one that came up with all this, possibly. We can't confirm it. So Devil wanted people to know that they came up with this. They wanted people to know that they're the one who was behind all of this. So Devil really wanted some credit. That's very expected for someone who would drop $1,000 on Chris just to get their own fucking shitty saga, but whatever. Here's Lucas confirming the exact same thing. The drawings were delivered to me and Devil, and he currently has them. We haven't spoken about scanning them or anything of that sort, so I really don't know, to be honest. And here's footage from the meetup. This is Chris making out with his only girlfriend, that being absolutely fucking no one. I'm just gonna let you enjoy this video.
I love you, Chris Al. My wife, my lovely lady, ladies and gentlemen.
She's very pretty.
Thank you.
I love how terrified he looked there, how very awkward he looked there. he looked very uncomfortable. And I want to believe that he knew it was going to be leaked on the internet somehow, because, oh, we got a super chat. Thank you, the US Acres Nut. Stop it, please. Unfortunately, I couldn't, but now it is over, so your pain is over too. This is the account from the Man in the Pickle Suit talking about this. The Man in the Pickle Suit is a well-known Chris figure, so when he says something, it actually has some credibility behind it. He says, I really doubt their parents know. You've got to be a super shitty parent to let your 18-year-old invite some random 36-year-old tranny over. Well, he isn't the only tranny in the room. They're all trannies, supposedly. I don't think anyone considers Chris a close friend, but he does have genuine friends. They're in their mid-20s, and they're usually white knights who defend him a lot. Chris hangs out with the Troons because they're pretending to be Magi-chan. So the Man in the Pickle Suit is confirming that the Troons, the two we saw, were pretending to be Magi-chan. So we have contenders for a possibility of who is Magi-chan. And for those of you who don't know, this has been an ongoing mystery that I've asked about in a prior video and have asked on my Discord. Who is Magi-chan? Now, there's a lot of mystery behind who is Magi-chan, and now we have two possible contenders for Magi-chan. And supposedly that's how the Troons got to know Chris. They bought into his delusions, or at least let him think they bought into their delusions, so then they could manipulate him and get their own little story going, their own page in Christory. They wanted to become the next idea guy or something. That's the narrative that a lot of people are going with. We're gonna see if this is true, or at least try to figure out if it's true by the end of this, but that's just what we know at this current moment. The man in the pickle suit went on to say they delivered it to Chris in person, yet again confirming that this meetup did happen. And then Eva, who is supposedly involved in this, but I didn't see her in the photos. She might have been the one next to Chris, but we have no clue. If Eva was there, Eva is not Devil, so I don't know where Eva would be and why they wouldn't be in the photo. But they said, got around to this, but I just wanted to say I had an amazing time with Chris Chan, Devil, and Lucas the other day. So we know Lucas has to be the one with the dyed hair. We don't know who the ugly one is next to Chris Chan. I love the art you made for me. By the way, we all gotta chill again soon. And you can see that we got some custom Chris Chan art. So this person's got their own Sonichu OC. And here's one supposedly from Lucas. Now, I say it's from Lucas, but there's reasons to highly doubt that this is Lucas, but Lucas apparently also got their own Sonichu art. But unlike the other art we just saw, they also got a medallion. Now, this medallion doesn't really look like it's designed by Chris because the eyes are a little bit off, but it definitely could be done by Chris. But that artwork, there is no mistaking that artwork is done by Chris, and it says Lucas, Luke Sonichu. So yeah, that's a Sonichu named Lucas, and that's something that we need to talk about because this artwork was made, and it is most likely made by Chris, and it's a Sonichu character for Lucas. But as we'll see later, there's reasons to doubt that this account is connected to Lucas at all. That's one of the mysteries that's going around. There's a lot of stuff that's unclear about this. Now, after all this Troon stuff, this ended up happening. After the meetup, on Christmas, Chris's account tweeted out, "Merry Christmas, everyone, from 1218. It is I, Magichan." Here's another Magichan. "I have an announcement," and they ended up posting a paste pin. "I have a copy of that paste pin, and we are going to read it. Hello, everyone. It is I, Magichan Sonichu. I read the password for this account from Chris's mind. As you all know, the merge will be happening soon. I currently have Lucas, my host body," yet again another reference to Lucas, saying that Lucas is Magichan, just like the man in the pickle suit said earlier, "in a trance, so they won't remember typing this out. Final stage of merge will be involved in our own..." We don't need to talk about the merge. I've talked about the merge too much. That's not what's really matter. This is the part that matters. "I have enjoyed my time in your universe. I want to give thanks to my host body in your world, Lucas Simpkins," and that's saying Lucas's name. That's a dox. Legal name. Lily, and then Lucas's full name. That is a dox. Their name wasn't public. "I want everyone to..." Well, it was public. They had a Facebook, but there was no way of connecting. So this is like minor doxing. Some people would consider this doxing. "I want everyone to know what a gracious host they were." "And I have some of our friends had lots of fun hanging out with Christine and smoking weed. We used to do it in our old house, but she just moved to a new house at..." and then they end up doxing where this person lives, which I've blacked out because I'm not an asshole. Whenever I see information like this, I will black out the parts that no one needs to know. If you guys find this information on your own, then yeah, you can see it, but I'm not going to show you it. "I'm sad I won't be able to smoke weed there until after the merge. If you want to give Lucas a call to let her know how cool she is, she'd really appreciate it. Her number is..." and then that's blacked out too because I'm not giving you fucking Lucas's name. "Her mother, Tara," and some people are saying it's a he. Yes, Lucas is biologically female, but they identify as male. They are trans, and this person obviously wants to fuck with Lucas, so they are calling Lucas a woman. I don't care either way. I'll use whichever pronouns I feel comfortable with. I don't fucking care. Her mother, Tara, raised a brilliant young person. Her mother is also very progressive. I mean, who would have the courage to let their child spend their time smoking weed with someone like Christine, who's nearly twice their age? A really brave mother, that's who. Lucas is a really cool person. If you want to end up as brilliant as Lucas, you should also spend a lot of time opening your mind by role-playing and smoking weed with cool people like Christine. So this whole post is kind of shitting on Lucas and shitting on Christine or Chris Chan, and this is obviously written by a troll who doesn't have a lot of good feelings toward either Chris or Lucas, insulting both of them numerous amount of times. Let me see if this is anything important. Nope. And then they sign off as Magichan. That's all that you need to know. This person claimed to be Magichan and doxed people. Now, I know what you guys are probably thinking. Let me see if that's anything important. No. I know what you guys are probably thinking. We had a Magichan doxer involved with the Dimensional Merge. That was the Magichan that ended up doxing Megan. This is not that Magichan as far as I know. The Magichan that doxed Megan has their own account on Twitter. They post there, and Chris doesn't really seem to acknowledge them nor respond to them. So I think the Magichan that doxed Megan is really a nobody, and I'll be sure to talk about them at the end where I talk about all the different types of Magichans out there. I don't think we have to worry about that Magichan. We're about to find out who this doxer is in a second. But with this information that they released, we were actually able to find Lucas's Facebook, and this is their face. So that confirms that Lucas is the one holding the peace sign, and this is them yet again holding the peace sign again, but with blue hair, and it's obviously a much older photo. So we definitely know what one of the teens in the Teen Troon squad looks like. We know what their name is. We have their phone number. No one should have that information, but it is out there. This is Chris Chan talking about the doxing, so you know that it wasn't Chris that did it. All he says is that his hubby talked to him, and despite the doxing, I have told him not to do that before with his previous doxing tweet. So Chris Chan has talked to this Magichan. He knows they have access to his Twitter, and he has doxed people before. I don't think that he's referring to the Magichan that doxed Megan, because that Magichan had their own account and didn't post on Chris's account, which Chris said I've told him before in his previous doxing tweet. So if someone can find another attempt where someone that was on Chris's account doxed somebody, then that would be the Magichan he's referring to. It's very weird. It's very weird that someone that knows Chris is pretending to be Magichan, and Chris just allows them to have control of their account. It's a very, very weird thing. Lucas ended up revealing the next day who actually ended up doxing him, and I'm assuming Lucas knows this because he talked to Chris about it. Lucas says, besides, Chris Chan's new little friend, the captain, is the lovely person that doxed me. He is in his late 30s, and here's his phone number, and they end up posting the link to the captain's burner number, meaning that this is someone who is involved in trolling and knows that if they're going to give their number to Chris, they should have it be disposable, because once Chris gave out that phone number to Lucas, they got rid of that number, which is why I blacked it out, because there'd be no way that that you could get in contact with them, and you'd probably end up calling someone that's not even involved. So yeah, whoever this captain is, they had a throwaway phone number. And here's another tweet about Chris talking about the captain, proving that the captain is a real guy, and the captain is also someone who is role-playing with Chris Chan. Chris Chan is asked about, he must be going crazy because he's saying he's hallucinating shit. And then Chris Chan says, I am not hallucinating. If I was mentally ill, then the captain would be too, because he has personally met Magichan. So the captain says that he's met Magichan and that he can channel Magichan, and that's why Chris Chan trusts the captain with his account, because he thinks the captain can embody Magichan, just like he thinks the Troons can supposedly embody Magichan. So it's now 3 people. We have the captain, we have Troon 1 and Troon 2, which is the Devil and Lucas. So now we have 3 Magichan, actually 4 Magichans, including the one from Twitter that doxed Megan. But yeah, Next, what happened is on Kiwi Farms, immediately after this, Lucas started releasing a bunch of videos, a bunch of really fucked up videos, a bunch of really graphic sexual videos. Now, I'm not going to show these videos because I appreciate my account existing, but these videos are important to know, and this is something that really gives away who this captain might be and who this person who is manipulating everything might be. And this is the same account that posted the drawing and the Sonichu medallion saying that they were Lucas. So this is the supposed Lucas from earlier. It's the exact same Kiwi Farms account. And here's a summary of what happened in those videos, because I'm not fucking showing you these videos. First video, a minute long, spoiler, going to ahead and boot it up. There's some dead air before Chris says, yeah, but making love with Magichan. There's some more dead air. Sounds of clothes being removed. Gonna do that real quick. Get it all out of the way. Dead air until the sound of Chris urinating are heard. As the floor plans confirm, there is no bathroom near Chris's room, and the noise of urine hitting the floor or a bucket are so close to the camera mic that he has the same in his room. As Chris urinates, he continues talking to Magichan. You let me do you first, then I'll let you do me, okay, hubby? That's some pretty gay shit, Chris. Chris continues to urinate. Let me just get this out of my system. Chris finishes up urinating. Just got one more thing. A loud slap is heard. Ow, ow, gee. Chris comes onto the scene with a sigh. He is fully nude. Things of note on video. 1. Chris pees for a solid 30 seconds on the floor. He details the plans of fucking, then gets fucked by Magichan. Video 2, 1 minute long. Start the video with Chris fully nude and shot. Yes, unintelligible for us, hubby. Some dead air before Chris starts singing All Star. Somebody once told me, for sanity, I won't type it up, the whole lyrics. Just know that Chris is singing it poorly and not always correctly. Chris gets on the bed and pretends to make out with the air while he continues to sing the song. He fondles the air and attempts to kiss the air while singing. Okay, guys, I want to know, do you want me to read all of this? If you want me to read all of this, I'll continue. But if you want me to stop now, I'll stop now, because I see a lot of ahs in the chat. Type 1 if you want it to stop now. Type 2 if you want me to continue. I'll give you a second. I'll let you guys decide. If it continues, then it's you guys' fault. I'm getting yeses and nos, even though I asked for 1s and 2s. Okay, we're getting a lot of 2s. I guess I'll continue. Shakes hips and makes out with the air, continues to sing the song, throws the imaginary person onto the bed forcefully, starts pulling his dick. He's not hard. His gut jiggles. Makes trademarked claw of death with one hand over the invisible body he has thrown onto the bed. Continues to pull on his limp cock. Continues to sing. He is the one taking the back street. The part of the song by this point sings "You'll never stop if you don't glow." As his hand smacks an invisible person, Chris continues to pull his limp dick and tweaks a fake nipple. As he straddles a fake person, hey now, you're a rock star. As he hunches over, still pulling his limpness, he is frowning. The video ends and Chris screams, "All that glitters is gold." While hunched over, he is still not hard. Things to note in video 2, Chris cannot sing. Chris is rough with what he assumes is Magichan. Chris cannot get hard right now. god. Okay, video 3, 1 minute long. We open up as we left off. Chris is limped and hunched over singing. Chris grabs his blue pillow, it is large like a body pillow, and puts it in front of his body as if someone was laying face down. Chris straddles the back half of the pillow, holds it down as he fisted a few times. Chris continues to sing as he fists the pillow for a few more seconds before thrusting it aggressively. Chris starts humping the pillow in a violent manner. He is not hard. The last time we saw his dick. The last 20 seconds of the video is the part of the song where there are no words. All we hear is Chris singing da 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 as he uses both his hands to try to get his dick hard. He continues to weakly thrust into the pillow as he loses energy. Things to know in video 3. This is probably what he looked like as Chris humped the pillow at Barb. Oh god. Video 4, 1 minute long. We open up with Chris moving the pillow to sit on his butt while he continues struggling with his flaccid dick. He continues to sing. The words come back after 20 seconds of that. He appears to throw another person onto the bed and gets on top of them. The pillow is forgotten. Aw, the pillow gets no love this time. Chris makes some weird jerk-off motion onto the air near his face. Chris then bitch slaps or dick slaps an invisible Magic-chan. his them a few times as they lay under him. Pulls invisible, slaps his dick onto his hand. He continues to sing and pull uselessly. Starts humping the air. Lasts several seconds as Chris singing and pulling his lip dick humping the air. Things of note. 4th video. It is possible this video is Chris getting fucked by Magic-chan with him on top. Oh, girl, now I'm not sure. Long story short, these videos are 4 minutes long in total. Chris does not get hard at any point. He seems like he is in pain, and this may or may not be something he wanted to do. His floor likely covered in piss at this point. He continuously pissed in the bucket. Either way, he pisses near as Chris has left long enough to clean it. After this, though, that same account said, Fox Dick sending my mom rape threats isn't cool, for the record. She thought Chris smelled disgusting and didn't want her in my house at all, but she knew how bad he was, so ignored him. Please leave her out of it. I'm not even the one who started the merge thing. I just tricked my mom's sugar daddy into buying Chris's porn. Here's screenshots Chris sent me from Jessica Quinn. Pretty sure she's the one. Okay, so that's all that said. I had to zoom in to read that. I am sorry. This text was way too small. But that person was saying that that they're not the ones behind all this and that you should stop harassing them. Yet again, this is someone pretending to be Lucas, or it's actually Lucas. So right now there's a big question mark if these are even legitimate because of something I'll show you yet again in a second. But this person is saying that they were being harassed, which Lucas had also said on their Twitter that they were being harassed, and that they leaked these screenshots. So we're going to look at these screenshots that they leaked to us. These are messages from Jessica Quinn, someone that Chris has dated in the past and is now broke up with. Jessica, quote unquote Jessica, texts Chris, ha ha ha, my task is complete. It's taken far longer than I had originally anticipated, but the pieces are finally in place, and the end of this road, all things, is in sight. Blue heart, you fool, false goddess, not even you could see what was transpiring before your eyes. I wove a web of deception. Did you think I would vanish so abruptly? When my previous plans to deceive your heart was ruined, I began to work on a new plan. For months, I have been pulling the very fabric of your precious creation, manipulating several key figures, and now they dance like puppets for me. Now, I want you guys to remember what's being said here, because I really feel like that this is a genuine message. I don't think it's Jessica saying it, but I think that this is a genuine bragging. I think this is someone legit jerking themselves off for their big plan working, and I will explain at the end of the stream who I think this is. But this is very familiar shit, and very familiar shit I seen from a previous Chris-chan troll. So keep this in mind. It goes on to say, your beloved Magic-chan was no exception, my dear. In fact, he unknowingly was my greatest asset. Didn't his behavior strike you at least odd in the last few months, and 20 years to catch up to 1218's timeline? I'm not sure who the bigger fool here is. He for listening to the thoughts I placed in his subconsciousness, or you for faithfully believing it. Ha ha ha. So when they say Magic-chan, they're talking about the Magic-chan Chris-chan talks to. Now this means that it's either Lucas, who now hates one of the people who doxed him, which is the captain guy. It could be Devil, who we know nothing about. It could be Captain, who this person is talking about. And I think that that's who most likely this person is referring to. They are saying that they talked to Captain and that they were tricking Captain into playing into their plan to tell Chris more stuff so then Chris would postpone his dimensional merge. And maybe that they were talking to Captain to begin with to make the dimensional merge happen. Now, I know this sounds very convoluted, and that's because it is. It took me forever to get this shit sorted out. But yes, they were talking to Magic-chan, quote unquote, that's all I'm gonna say now, to get Chris into this whole thing. And whoever is behind these texts, I'm fully convinced they're the one that came up with the dimensional merge. I don't think it's Jessica Quinn, but I do think that this person is behind the dimensional merge. Let me fill you in on a devious little secret. The hibernation your beloved purple hedgehog was talking about was all a trick, concocted by my brilliant mind. Yet again jerking themselves off. I have fooled all the inhabitants of our universe into believing the dimensional merge, and have spun a potential curse upon all who lay down for their slumber. As Magic-chan said himself, the communication between our worlds will be severed for 20 years. No help from the outside world, and I and Legion will be free to reshape. This is just so fucking stupid. Reshape reality as we see fit, and I don't see room in our new world for the oppression of overbearing gods and goddesses. Annihilation to all the OCs. Yes, this person is saying that they are going to reshape Chris's world and destroy it because Chris didn't listen to them. And this is the same account that leaked a bunch of Chris's personal embarrassing videos onto Kiwi Farms. So account that is bragging and saying they're the one behind the dimensional merge, an account that is saying that they are the one who can control Quickville and destroy it, an account that is LARPing and pretending to be multiple people at once, is now leaking out personal information on Chris-chan. And if you have been following Chris all the way up until this point, you know who the fuck this most likely is. And I'm sure everyone who is really into Chris-chan shit knows who this is. This is one cringy ass motherfucker who has been out for revenge. I'm gonna let that sit in the back of your mind. I want to see if anybody can figure it out. I'm gonna continue and see if anyone else will figure out what I have figured out. Oh yeah, this is a pic of Jessica Quinn, by the way, just so you know. That is the girl that Chris-chan dated. She is a real person who turned troll. Lucas ended up responding to this though. All this shit that was going on. They said, if a screenshot is claiming to be me, then it better be on Twitter or text, because if it's not one of those platforms, then you're just getting played because he only uses Twitter and text messaging. So these screenshots are just people poorly imitating me. So Lucas is saying on his Twitter that whoever is on Kiwi Farms is an imitator. They are fake. They are not the real Lucas. So Even Lucas himself is saying that it's not him. So yet again, we have someone that knows about all of this shit and tries to pin it on Jessica Quinn. I wonder who connected to Chris knows about Jessica Quinn. Oh, the idea guy knows about Jessica Quinn. December 2017. Chris talked to him about Jessica Quinn. Chris told him stuff about Jessica Quinn. The idea guy told Chris that Jessica Quinn was a witch, an evil witch, and the Jessica Quinn we saw in the screenshots was playing the part of an evil witch. So the idea guy told Jessica Quinn was an evil witch, and then the fake Jessica Quinn is acting like an evil witch. And now, since I think about it, the idea guy also would control Chris's world. I'm really thinking. Really thinking. I wonder who could be behind all this shit. I wonder who could be behind the dimensional merge and everything. Really gets me thinking. Really gets me thinking. But I guess we'll have to save that for the end. I guess we'll have to save that for the ending of everything. Chris is still cool with Lucas though, even though all this shit was happening on Kiwi Farms. He is still talking to Lucas. Lucas tried to get Chris to buy him booze apparently, and Chris told him no. Apparently he is still thinking that Lucas is being possessed, which is what the fake Jessica Quinn was telling him. I don't think that's the real Jessica Quinn. I really don't. Jessica Quinn told him that Lucas was being possessed, and now Chris is believing that Lucas is being possessed, so yeah. Lucas wants alcohol, but him and Chris are still talking, apparently. So now we've reached the ending of the stream. We've reached the final part of the stream, where we figure out who these Magichans are. We've got multiple Magichans running around, and then we'll figure out who is the one behind everything. So, the first one we're going to talk about is Magichan 1. Magichan 1. This is the Magichan that's been talking to Chris for a bit now. It's a Magichan that we all know. They said that they could embody Magichan, and we got to uncover this mystery. Magichan 1 is both Devil and Lucas. Now I know that's not a pic of Lucas, but you know what? I couldn't get a pic of Lucas. Lucas kept putting their hand in front of their face over and over again, like Leafy. So that's a good stand-in pick for Lucas. So for our first Magichan, we have confirmation that these two have impersonated Magichan. These two have LARPed as Magichan. So when Chris is referring to Magichan, just know he could be referring to Lucas, who is being portrayed by Leafy, and this person who is possibly Devil. These two have been confirmed to be one of the Magichans, and they play the role together, so I'm including both of them. Apparently, everyone in the Teen Troon squad is a tranny, so I don't know if it's true, but that's the rumor going around. A lot of this shit is just random fucking memes. But yeah, here's the man in the pickle suit confirming that Lucas and them have been pretending to be Magichan. In case you guys wanted to see proof of that. I know I showed it earlier. I just felt like I needed to show it again. And here's the captain yet again saying that they are Magichan. They were saying that Lucas is Magichan because he says Lucas, Magichan's host. So that's two people confirming that Lucas is Magichan. So we've got Lucas as a definite Magichan. Now, let's get on to our second Magichan. Now, this is the Magichan that doxed Megan. This is the Magichan that went onto Twitter and was shit-talking people and trying to help Chris constantly. Now, I suck at confusing words, and this is a foreign word, so I'm going to try to say it correctly. I'm gonna play a piece of audio first just so we can see if I'm saying it correctly.
Panama Moon.
Panama Moon. You see, I put in the text of speech like you guys told me to. Panama Moon is Magichan number 2. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. Who the fuck is Panama Moon? You wouldn't know who Panama Moon is. And that's because I was talking about the Magichan that doxed Megan in one of my videos. And someone from Discord reached out to me, and they're like, hey, I'm that Magichan. I asked them to prove to me if they were that Magi-chan, and they did. And for those of you who don't know, Purnima Moon apparently just means full moon in Indian, so it's just full moon. That's why their face is a moon, that creepy fucking moon from all those years ago. But yeah, this is the tweet that was tweeted out by the Magi-chan that doxed Megan. I went back and found that. This is the one that doxed Megan. The reason why I don't think it was Chris or the captain is because it wasn't tweeted out from Chris's account. It's tweeted out from a separate account. And then this is the proof that Purnima Moon, Purnima whatever, gave me on Discord, showing that it's them. And then I said I wanted to see video proof because I could easily like Photoshop that. This is them getting on the Twitter, showing that they have control of the Twitter. Now, they could have faked this too. They could have easily faked this too, but I'm willing to accept that the Magi-chan account that doxed Megan and gave Chris information on Megan was just a troll or a fan of Chris who decided to give Chris shit on Twitter. It was just some random fucking person. It's no one that we know. Now, there could be a troll in control of this account and manipulating everyone, but the fact that they let their screen show that they played Pokemon Go makes me think that it's not anybody that's too malicious. So we have the Troons being one Magi-chan. We have Purnima Moon being the second Magi-chan. Now let's see who the third Magi-chan is. Now the third Magi-chan is the captain. Now, the captain is a person who Chris supposedly knows. He is a guy in his late 30s, and his existence is only hinted at by both Chris and Lucas. We don't know who the captain is, though. The real question is not who Magi-chan is in this scenario, it's who the captain is. I did make a mistake, and I feel like I need to talk about it here. I said that I thought the captain was a persona made by Joshua, when it turns out that the captain is one of the people that doxed Joshua. Now, do I still think that Joshua could be the captain? I think that Joshua could be impersonating the captain. That's a possibility. And if that is the case, then this would be really interesting. I think there is evidence to show that Joshua is impersonating people, because the Luke account on Kiwi Farms, Luke said that he has no connections to that, and that anything being posted on there isn't from him. So someone would still have to be doing it, and Joshua is a user of Kiwi Farms, so it's still possible that he could be doing that. And then that would mean that Joshua also impersonated Chris's ex-girlfriend and pretended to be an evil witch trying to ruin Chris Chan's life. Now, with this new information, I've come to two possible conclusions that could be happening in this whole teen Troon drama situation. It could be possibility one, that Joshua is behind everything and he's impersonating people, so then he can fulfill his big drama and achieve everything that he wanted to do. This would still make sense because all those videos seem like something that Joshua would have. Joshua had been blackmailing Chris with embarrassing videos before, and these videos are embarrassing. So there's still a high possibility that Joshua is behind this. But then there's option two, and that being that Luke actually did just fuck up. Luke did get doxxed by the captain, and now as a last resort, Luke is impersonating Quinn to draw attention off of him and leaking a bunch of videos that Chris gave him for some reason. Or maybe Joshua gave the videos to Luke to leak for revenge against Chris. There's still a lot of unanswered questions, and I'm still drawing blanks on a lot of things. But there is the possibility that Luke could be lying and that all the information that we have is true, and that Luke is behind all this. So really, I would say the two main culprits behind the teen Troon drama situation would be Joshua and Luke. But no matter what, I was still wrong because I said that Joshua created the captain persona, and it turns out that the captain was and still possibly is a troll who defends Chris Chan. Now, from what I've been told, it seems like the captain doesn't feed into Chris's delusions when it seems like the captain has been recently, or at least according to Chris, the captain has been. So it is possible that the captain we're seeing now is a fake. There's just so much mystery around this whole drama, so many things that make it so convoluted and hard to talk about, but hopefully more information will rise, and hopefully I won't make any more mistakes like this in the future. So thank you guys for watching this, and bye.